How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the program, and a good one we have for you. Because in this episode, we're going to be taking a gander at a movie that I've enjoyed for many, many, many years. A movie about murder, about betrayal, about lies. A movie about two men who have been pushed too far and refuse to take it anymore. A movie called Throw Momma From The Train.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Owen's friend.
Owen doesn't have a friend.
That's because he's shy.
No, he's not. He's fat and he's stupid.
Throw Momma From The Train is the quintessential black comedy from the 1980s, loosely based on Alfred Hitchcock's noir thriller Strangers on a Train, a movie about two strangers on a train who hatch a devious scheme for murder. Now, not only does this movie star legendary actor Danny Devito in one of his greatest roles, but it also happens to be directed by him in what would be his first of many turns behind the camera. And also starring longtime funny man Billy Crystal. Now, I personally love Danny DeVito. I think he's a hoot, and pretty much everything he's in is just gold. And Billy Crystal is also a person that I don't wish harm upon. I mean, I'm not really a huge Billy Crystal fan. Like, I wouldn't rush out to go see one of his movies. But with that being said, I do think he has his moments.
Except for a nice MLT, mutton, lettuce, and tomato sandwich when the mutton is nice and lean and the tomatoes are ripe. They're so perky. I love that.
$1 and show up using Costanzo. They don't pay me no more, and I'm mad. Oh, no.
And who knows, if I ever do get around to reading Still Fooling 'Em, maybe I'll find it to be both amusing and informative. We shall see. But in Throw Momma From The Train, I think Billy Crystal put in a really good performance, and he worked really well for the role. And obviously DeVito was at the top of his game. However, the real star of this movie is none other than the late great Anne Ramsey, who many of you out there may remember as Mama Fratelli in the classic movie The Goonies.
Kids suck.
In fact, Miss Ramsey would actually go on to become nominated for an Academy Award for this film, and much deserved, I might add. Now, the plot of the film centers around a writing teacher and one of his students who get caught up in a twisted web of murder. Now, before we begin, make sure you hit the old like and subscribe button, and let's begin, shall we? The movie begins with creative writing teacher Larry Donner, who's having some trouble getting his new novel started. He then catches an episode of Oprah, who's doing an interview with Captain Janeway, who just so happens to be Larry's wife of all people, as well as a best-selling author.
Author of the best-selling novel? The woman stole my book and put her name on it. What's to be proud of?
It's the story of my life.
It's my life, Margaret. It's my life, and I want it back.
We then meet Owen Lift, who's busy with his own story when he's suddenly interrupted by his sweet old mother.
Get me a soda with some ice in it. Chap, chap, Owen, come on.
But Owen feels that his mom is kind of cramping his style, so he decides that maybe it'd be best if she weren't around anymore.
Hurry up with that soda!
But at the last second, he has a sudden change of heart.
You clumsy poop!
At Owen's writing class, Larry reads some of the students' work to the class, including one story that's sure to become a bestseller.
100 girls I'd like to pork.
Pork? It's a coffee table book.
Not gonna lie, if that book existed, I would totally buy it. And after class, Larry gives Owen some helpful tips on how to improve his story.
It was a murder mystery 3 pages long that, by the way, was no big trick in finding the murderer.
Well, what gave it away?
You only had 2 characters, one of which was dead on page 2. It wasn't motivated.
Sure it was. Guy in a hat killed the other guy in the hat.
Larry then goes back to his novel, where he comes up with the opening sentence.
Night was humid. That's it, and that's all. Oh.
Okay, he's a writing teacher, and the best he can come up with is, the night is humid? What a putz. And back at Owen's house, a disheartened Owen gets some supporting words of encouragement from his mom.
You're gonna be nothing. You're gonna be nothing. You'll never get to first base. All you do is type, 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 type.
The next day, with his students sitting nearby, Larry vents his frustrations about his ex-wife to his girlfriend.
What? I hate her! I wish she was dead!
And later that night, Larry's trying to score, and Owen shows up to cockblock him.
Hi.
Oh, gosh.
Do you know Owen? This is Owen. Owen is a dead man.
And after a little chat, Owen hatches a brilliant plan.
Which brings us to the second point. The motive, you have to eliminate it.
Eliminate the motive.
Correct. I'll give you an example. My ex-wife. I hate her guts, right?
Yeah, I overheard you in the cafeteria. She really ruined you.
But I would never murder her. I would get caught because I have a motive, and people know that.
I got a similar problem with my mama.
Like you and me. Each one has somebody that he'd like to get rid of. So, they swap murders.
Swap murders?
Each fellow does the other fellow's murder. Then there's nothing to connect them. Each one has murdered a total stranger. Like, you do my murder, I do yours. Your wife, my father. Crisscross. Some people are better off dead. Each one has murdered a total stranger. They swap murders. You do my murder. Crisscross. I do yours. They swap murders. Crisscross. 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 Crisscross.
So Owen catches a plane and he follows Larry's ex-wife on a Caribbean cruise. And then seeing his opportunity, Owen quickly takes her out.
What the hell did you do now? Tell me the truth.
And soon word gets out about Larry's wife's untimely demise, and that's when Larry realizes that he's up Schitt's Creek.
They're gonna think I did it. They're gonna think that I did it. Why would they think that I did it? Because I hate her guts. That's why they're gonna think that I did it. My God. I have no alibi.
And now he's on the run, so Larry meets with Owen.
You killed my wife.
No, I didn't. Yes, I did.
You're a murderer. You took a life.
You're right. You're right. I'm no good. How could I do that? I'm a sick cows.
Back at Owen's place, Larry has breakfast, and he's quickly introduced to Owen's mama.
Who's this?
This is Cousin Patty.
You don't have a cousin Patty.
You lied to me.
And then we get to see Owen's coin collection.
Think nickel, quarter, penny.
Are any of these coins worth anything?
No.
I want 2 soft-boiled eggs, white toast, and some of that grape jelly, goddammit, and don't burn the toast.
Larry then tries to keep Owen from losing his shit.
You gotta kill her for me, Larry. Crisscross, you gotta do it, Larry. If you don't, I will. I swear I will.
Before eventually agreeing to take the job.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Larry, you're the best pal a guy ever had. Just go through a door. It's less dramatic, but I don't want to make you uncomfortable. Here, use this.
But then Larry's like, screw that, I'm just gonna get the hell out of here. But just then the cops show up, trying to track down Larry.
I'd like to ask you about Professor Donner.
Professor Donner?
Yes, would you mind if we came in?
And I'd like to get rid of it.
But Owen's mom unknowingly saves the day.
You did it, didn't you, Owen? You told them to take me away.
Oh, no, Mama. No.
Get out!
Good night.
Get out of my house! Owen! You're grounded!
And while Owen steps out, Larry and Mrs. Lift get better acquainted.
Owen!
I'll be back in a minute.
I want my bath! I want my medicine!
I can get it for you.
Get out of my way, you black bastard!
What?
But then things kind of go downhill.
Pain in the ass!
Owen comes home later that night to find Larry's corpse in the basement.
My friend, Larry.
My friend, you little crybaby. Go bury him in the yard before he stinks up the place.
But Larry's not really dead, just taking a little siesta.
Larry, you're alive.
Meanwhile, Mrs. Lift learns about Larry being a fugitive.
Police department.
Hurry!
Other news,
There's a murderer in the house! And the police have found him, the right murderer! He's here!
So Larry hightails it out of town.
Oh, and she turned me in. Listen, do what you want with it. I gotta think about myself.
And around this point, the movie kind of gets a little stupid. So Larry's on a train for Mexico, and for some reason he's joined by Owen and his mom. And why she decided to come along, I have no friggin' idea.
Like us, see, we're on a train, right? We're going to Mexico, we're on the lam, it's exciting, it's kind of mysterious. So what do you say? Do you say the night was humid? Or do you say the night was moist?
The night was sultry. I'm getting the hell out of here. Too goddamn sultry in here.
And then finally, after having enough of her shit, Larry decides to finally end it.
I'm gonna kill the bitch. You want anything?
You get me a chunky.
Get away from me, you murderer!
And after an intense and heated battle, Larry, Owen, and Mrs. Lift all decide to bury the hatchet, and Owen and his mama become closer for it.
Oh, you saved me, my Owen.
Some time passes, and we learn that Larry's ex-wife is still alive, and Owen never killed her.
My earring fell over the rail. I bent over to retrieve it. The last thing I remember was I was in the water.
She fell off the boat. She fell off the boat. The little bastard never laid a hand on her.
And then Larry comes up with a brilliant idea for his new novel.
His name was Owen, and he wanted me to kill his mother. When I asked him why me, he said it was my idea.
And after a year, Larry and Owen reunite and they catch up.
Well, thanks. How's Mama?
Dead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you,
No. Natural causes.
And we learn that Owen has become a successful author.
Ooh, see her cane?
You wrote a pop-up book.
Yeah.
This is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, and here's the best part. We all go on vacation in Hawaii.
Hate makes you impotent. Love makes you crazy. Somewhere in between you can survive.
And the movie ends with two good friends enjoying a day at the beach.
You got a point.
He's got a point.
Yeah.
I'm a Book of the Month Club alternate. On the bestseller list for 6 weeks. And with his book, you get a free balloon. I don't understand it.
And that was Throw Momma from the Train. Now, when this movie first came out, it was met with mixed reviews, garnering only 64% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I personally feel to be a little unfair. I mean, yeah, the third act was a little flimsy, but I think that the movie was both funny and charming, with great performances from the entire cast. And I consider Throw Momma from the Train to be a real gem. So until next time, folks, this is me to you, wishing you all the best, and reminding you to always keep it real. Bye-bye now.